Oh, sorry. My jaw ripped off from how good this season was. I had to use the reverse curse technique, a certified classic from Gojo. Yo, let me explain the Briometer. First off, what is it and why? The Briometer is the speedometer, but I review the shows, games, and movies. Think of them as a car, where you test drive it. The plot has 20 points, pacing 20, cinematography 20, engagement 20, acting 20, development 20, up to a total of 160. So yeah, let's test this baby and see how it does on the road. And with that being said, let's start off with the bad. Episode 1 is just a nothing burger, so with the next 2 episodes. More bland and slower than a rock. It's already lost 15 points. The pacing for the first 3 episodes felt like filler. It's that slow. There were a good few moments here and there, but there's nothing there to save these atrocious episodes. Frenchie's subplot was completely unnecessary and useless. I don't care if he was bi, I just cared if he had an interesting subplot. Or at least make it connect to the story. It really didn't do anything. It was just there to cover up the runtime. And I do not want to hear about episode 6. We do not talk about episode 6. We don't talk about what happened there. Let's just forget that episode ever existed. I've already talked about how bad Frenchie the Frenchman was this season. Kamiko has the same problem. Her subplot does not even fit into the story, and is not even that interesting. And for that, another 3 points was lost. Oof, to try to get the filth out of the way, now let's talk about the good. And I gotta say, wow. The rest of the episodes was a treat from the gods. I already knew this show was back on track when episode 4 released. I'm really glad they put the bad room from The Boys Diabolical into this show. And yes, it is called Bad Room, and it's not a spoiler. It's already been teased into the teaser trailer. Episode 5 was fine, nothing to yap about. However, it's way better than the first 3 episodes. It was really interesting what was happening to Butcher. More on that later. And of course, we don't talk about episode 6. Episode 7 puts episode 4 to shame. Episode 8 had a way better ending than the last season, I gotta say. Pretty sure Soldier Boy will appear in season 5. Again, that's not a spoiler, it's been teased in the newest teaser trailer. Jiminy Christmas! All the scenes were a chef's kiss. All the plot twists in these episodes, I would never see them coming. The acting in this show is the best I've ever seen in any series this decade. Firstly, I would like to say rest in peace, Ezekiel. You were a man of God. That wannabe Punisher is pure evil for that. Anthony Starr's acting was phenomenal. He made me scared of a fictional character for the first time in episode 4. The amount of fatalities Homelander has done, ooh. I felt it was gonna be real. I thought he was gonna get me next. That's how good he is. I know that this has been oversaid, but come on, just give this guy an Emmy already. No one competes with his acting. He is the #1 actor of this decade. No one competes with him. He was literally born for this role. Sure, Homelander was stupid with the leak and some other certain things, but that was his character. Homelander is a better villain than Season 1 Omni-Man. And it's not even a debate, it's really hard to top that level of acting. I would love to be proven wrong. Carl Urban is such a good contender. Billy Butcher is the best anti-hero I've ever seen. The writers did a good job showing how much of a hypocrite he is. His tumor, again, it's not a spoiler, it's shown in the teaser trailer. AKA the Venom copy. It's very interesting. I love both, I am not complaining. It really makes me wonder how they're gonna finish with Billy Butcher next season. I gotta really talk about Jesse T. Usher. He did a phenomenal job as A-Train. He's my favorite hero besides the Peak, obviously. He finally did the right things after Homelander was an asshole to him. The A train has left the station. I repeat, the A train has left the station. I will actually cry when he gets off, and I will feel so proud of him. Woo! No one stops the A train, baby! Chance Crawford has never failed to make me laugh. The writers did a really good job making the deep, or should I say the peak, be so OP. He finally did something that wasn't zoophilia. Pure evil like he did with the octopus. However, those scenes were still funny. I love the scene where he gives Starlight a run for her money. Those action scenes, wow, they're the best I've seen in a long time. And yes, I am not joking when I say the Peak is stronger than Starlight. Someone special came to save her. The Peak did not have any bruises. All Starlight did was use his weakness against them. And before that, he was tossing her around like a rag doll. Cry about Starlighters, the Peak solos. Mother's Milk's character is way better written than last season. And all the seasons before that. It just felt like he was a true leader of the boys. He's smarter than Billy Butcher, I'll give him that. I also love the Invincible reference between Starlight and Firecracker. Think, Mark, think! Sister Sage and Firecracker were weird. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna explain it. Especially what Firecracker did. Ashley was as evil as always. And I feel that Ryan is the exact opposite of Homelander. He's basically Superman, but weaker. I can't wait to see how they're used next season. I was just completely bamboozled with them. Again, I'm not complaining. I was caught off guard with how good they fit into the story. Victoria Newman also had me terrified, just not as much as Homelander. She was such a menace when she was first introduced. I just love her character. The writers did not disappoint with a new Black Noir. He's basically Deadpool now. Yes, I know it's the same actor and they finally let him talk. Everything he says is hilarious. He doesn't let anything go to waste. The subplots for Huey were good, although they could have given him therapy, so they lost a few points there. And that's pretty much my last complaint. I just loved every scene at the hospital. They're golden. I nearly cried in the final scenes. Oh my gosh. This show is making me emotional. Okay, now let's test this baby and see how fast it goes. It has a total of 139 on the Briometer. It may sound average, but it's really good, in my opinion. This is the best season by far. No other season even comes close. I just can't wait how everything will unfold next season. I also cannot wait for Soulja Boy to come back. And yes, it's pronounced Soulja Boy, not Soldier Boy. Soulja Boy. It's gonna be super epic. They better not disappoint. This series is one of the best shows I've ever seen. No other shows even come close. There is no comparison. They better make this season look like rotten trash compared to next season. I have very high hopes for the final season. If you're not watching The Boys, what are you doing? I highly recommend it. This show is so good that you will skip your own wedding. It's like they dropped this show from heaven. Anyways, that's all I had to say. See you tomorrow. Toodles.